7 skills that every man should know. Being a man imposes a lot of responsibility, pressure, and stress on you, and righteously. This is due to the fact that men run the world, and without competent men, our world will fall down and break into pieces. This is exactly why men most of all must be skillful, but not only because they're leaders, but they must have the sufficient capabilities in them to run a house, support their family, and live to their fullest. Everyone's end goal is simple. They want to be successful in life. It's true that everyone has their own meaning of success, but there are some skills that a guy must surely know about, or else he won't be able to call his story a success. These skills are mandatory for you to rise high in life and be above everyone else. As a matter of fact, these very same attributes will be your climbing blocks to bravery and victory, which is why all the men in the world who aspire to be the best version of themselves must know these skills. Let's dive deep in the video and discover what we're talking about. Learning to act like a leader. Men are natural leaders, not because all of them have the necessary traits, but due to the fact that our society will fall if the men don't step up and lead. After all, men are stronger, and the strong do not follow. They are entrusted by their surroundings to step up and lead, and that's exactly the dynamic of every man in the world. This is why it's important for us to learn to act like a leader. It's a skill that no man can live without because, at some point or another, there will come a time when a man has to be the ruler of his family, and you can't take such a big task in hand without having the general qualities of a leader. Not only that, but at every frontier in life, it's the male specimen that is expected to lead the way. May it be war or peace, it's men who raise the banner to march ahead and wave the white flag to come to terms. If you adopt leadership as a skill, then you'll make things a lot easier for you. First and foremost, in order to be the most competent version of yourself, you can never be a follower. Leadership in general will make you the king of your corporate place because everyone will look up to you. Not only that, but it'll develop some great entrepreneurial skills in you, which is a very valuable asset for all the men in the world. Lastly, your lady love will always be looking to hold your hand and walk her through the darkness and adversities of life. How will a person be able to walk others through if they don't have it in them to lead the way? Think of it, men. Learn how to lead at all costs. Learning to control his emotions. Nowadays, people will tell all men that it's okay to cry and express your emotions. Unfortunately, this is what they're trying to transform us into, making us weak and vulnerable. However, there is something that all the men in the world need to know. It's that there is no utmost room for a man to show his weaknesses. Now, we're not telling you to completely become numb to all emotions, but to practice enough to be able to control them. As a male, there'll be many ups and downs in your life. You might be going through a hard time where things are not just going right. Maybe your girlfriend has just rejected your marriage proposal, or perhaps you've been fired from your job. Sometimes it might just be the losing someone who's close to you, and while grieving over it's okay, you can never let these moments absorb you, because as a man, you have battles to fight and goals to accomplish. As it all happens, these other factors are nothing but distractions that steer you away from your long-term goal. This is why you can't afford to let your emotions control you, and rather turn the tables and be in control of your own mind. Knowing how to fight. Self-respect, dignity, and reputation. These are the 3 most important things that a guy has to his name, and just as it happens, you can lose all 3 of these in the blink of an eye. The truth is that yes, fighting is a weird skill set to obtain, because the last thing you want to do is start punching people randomly in the street, but that's not the point. The idea is that you don't know when you might have to stand up to protect your reputation against a possible foe who's trying to embarrass you in public. This is where the fighting skill set comes into play, where your abilities to make the best of the situation, and of course, self-defense, is very important. But that's not enough justification for knowing how to fight, right? Well, take it in this manner. There was a time when all men were born into this world, taking a war as a dream and inspiration. Almost every male body knew that there could be any time that they'd be called upon to serve their country against enemies, and that fierceness is what runs through our blood. The idea is that it's the nature of man to be violent when necessary, and just as it turns out, you can never be a threat to anyone who takes you as an easy target if you don't possess the necessary skill set to fight. This is why, gentlemen, you should know how to land a few punches. Imagine if someone tries to pick your girl up at the bar. What do you do now? Do you start an argument with him, staying confident that if a fight breaks out, you'll smash him? Or do you stay silent like an absolute beta would? The choice is yours. Knowing how to multitask. Knowing how to multitask is very important for a man. Today, in the era of globalization, you can complete so many tasks at the same time from your phone, but even that requires the mental intelligence and capacity to work through. This is what we need to work on, building towards our own mental space, where we possess the ability to take care of more than a single objective at once. Be a smart worker. Hard work is the way to go. But if you work hard without putting in the brains, then there's no use. The truth is that, whilst as a man, you'll have to work your butt off. There'll also be times when no amount of sheer hard work and dedication will be able to surpass high IQ and cunningness. This is where you must build a network from, where you learn different sub-skills that further help you ease your workload and go further beyond your own limit. Learn the art of persuasion. For a man, it's very important to be able to say things that are believable to people. It's a very handy skill that has several advantages. First and foremost, this is how you naturally get people to do your work for you and become the leader of the cult. Persuasion in general is a very important trait, especially in environments such as your workplace, where a display of smartness and dominance can prove to be crucial. Knowing how to talk to girls. Last but not least, knowing how to converse with girls is not something that every man can do, because to do it right, you need to be skilled. Women are perfect for men to increase their self-esteem. There's no greater motivation in the world than a woman, which is why you must be good at talking, flirting, and conversing with them. All men in this world want the prettiest women around them because they're an excellent source of inspiration. And, of course, who doesn't like girls around them? This is why you must start developing these tendencies where you grow yourself smoother with the female gender. We hope you enjoyed this video. For more life-changing content, hit the like and subscribe button. Until then, see you next time.